American recreational vehicle buyers spend six figures chasing something Europe has been quietly perfecting for years. A camper van small enough to park like a normal vehicle, but livable enough to disappear into for weeks. A Winnebago Solis starts north of $150,000 United States dollars. A Winnebago Travato pushes past $180,000 United States dollars. Both are excellent, but both are built around the assumption that compact still means one bench, one bed layout, and a bathroom you can barely turn around in. So what happens when a German manufacturer takes a van roughly the size of a Volkswagen California and stuffs a full walk-in wet room, a proper two-sofa lounge, and a hidden vertical garage into it without the price tag going anywhere near what Winnebago charges? That's the Knaus Tourer Van 500 LT Vansation. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why it's been quietly blowing up online, plus the one design decision in the bathroom that genuinely surprised me, and a final number that might change how you think about what a compact camper should cost. Let's get into it. Here's the question we're sitting with before we even open the door. How do you fit a walk-in shower, a full lounge that seats 4 to 6, a rear garage, and a proper kitchen into a van barely over 19 feet long on a chassis that still drives, parks, and fits in a normal garage like an everyday car? Most manufacturers solve that problem by making you compromise on one of those things. Knaus decided not to compromise on any of them. Stick with me, because the bathroom alone is going to make you rethink what compact actually means. The 500 LT is built on the Volkswagen T 6.1 platform, the same underpinning as the iconic California, but stretched into something with real living space. It comes with a 2.0-liter turbo diesel engine producing somewhere between 148 and 150 horsepower, paired with a smooth automatic transmission. Overall length sits at just 5.89 meters, that's under 19 feet 4 inches, with a width of 2.16 meters and a height of around 2.91 to 2.95 meters. Depending on the roof configuration, the gross vehicle weight rating comes in around 3,500 kilograms or roughly 7,055 pounds, which is enough to load real gear without tipping into a different driving license category in Europe. That last point matters more than it sounds. In most of Europe, this van can be driven on a standard car license. No commercial endorsement, no special test. You finish this video, you could theoretically drive one home tomorrow. But the dimensions only tell you what's possible. What's actually inside is where this van stops looking like a converted delivery vehicle and starts looking like something else entirely. Let's start on the driver's side, where Knaus tucks almost everything mechanical into what they call the service box. Here you'll find the freshwater fill holding around 17.2 gallons and the drain point for the roughly 15.3-gallon wastewater tank, which on some configurations comes insulated and heated for cold weather use. The 230-volt alternating current hookup lives in the same compartment. Close by, in separate hatches, sit the cassette toilet access point and the gas locker. Notice that? Separate hatches. That's a small detail, but it means servicing the toilet and swapping the gas bottle never means digging through the same compartment. Speaking of gas, the 500 LT only needs a single small propane bottle, because the heating and hot water both run on the Truma diesel system instead. That's one less thing to refill mid-trip. All the side windows are flush-fitting, double-glazed acrylic units with integrated blinds and insect screens built in, not bolted on afterward. Now here's the part that genuinely surprised us. A van this size has a real garage. Open the side hatch and you'll find tie-down points, small shelves for loose gear, and a rail for hanging wet jackets or towels. It's roomy enough for camping chairs, folding tables, even a compact bicycle, and critically, you can access it from inside the van too. So you're not always climbing around to the outside in the rain. At the rear, a fully molded panel, light-emitting diode taillights, and, unusually for a van this size, an opening rear window. There's also a reversing camera mounted up high for better visibility while parking in tight spaces. Depending on spec, the roof can carry a satellite dish and a solar panel of around 100 watts. Along the passenger side runs a full-length awning, roughly 10 feet, with an integrated light-emitting diode light strip for after-dark outdoor evenings. The main entry door sits here too, on the United Kingdom offside, fitted with an electric step that slides out automatically the moment you open the door. That's the shell. Now let's see what all of that exterior engineering was actually built to protect. Walk through the habitation door, and the first thing you notice is how little furniture greets you. The rear wall, just a window, a few shelves, and coat hooks. No wasted bulk, no clutter blocking your first impression of the space. Directly ahead of you as you enter is the vertical garage we just looked at from the outside. To the near side is the washroom, and running forward along the offside, past the entry door, is the galley. It's a deliberate flow. You walk past storage and utility first, and the living space only reveals itself once you're fully inside. The control panel. Right beside the entry door, before you even reach the kitchen, is the van's main control panel, and it's worth a moment on its own, because it quietly runs everything else in this walkthrough. From here, you can check battery levels and water levels at a glance, access the wider electrical systems of the van, and adjust the thermostat for the diesel heater. The switches for the interior lighting and for that automatic electric entry step live on the same panel. A couple of coat hooks and a small mesh pocket nearby give you somewhere to drop your keys or a jacket the moment you step in a small touch. But one you'll appreciate every single time you climb inside with your arms full. The kitchen. The kitchen runs down the passenger wall and, for a van this size, is unexpectedly well equipped. You get a 2-burner gas hob and a stainless steel sink, both fitted with glass lids that double as extra counter space the moment you close them. A classic small van trick, done properly here rather than as an afterthought. The countertop is deep, and underneath sit soft-close drawers for cutlery, pots, and bulkier kitchen items. 2 overhead cabinets add further storage, and a window positioned right behind the workspace brings in ventilation while you're cooking, which matters more than it sounds once that hob has been running for 20 minutes. Next to the kitchen is the tall compressor fridge, somewhere around 23.8 gallons of capacity, and here's a genuinely clever touch. It has a double hinge door, so you can open it from inside the van or reach in from outside under the awning. If you've ever had to step over a sleeping bag and squeeze past a swiveled captain's chair just to grab a cold drink, you'll understand why that's worth pointing out. Beside the fridge is a slim storage cupboard and a full hanging wardrobe. The washroom. And now the part everyone asks us about? This is not the cramped, fold-yourself-in-half bathroom you'd expect from a van built on a California-sized platform. It's a genuine walk-in compartment, sealed off behind a sliding door, with fixtures that would look at home in a motorhome twice this size. Inside, a cassette toilet, a corner basin, a tall mirror, and a cupboard with raised edges upstands, specifically designed to stop your toiletries sliding around every time the van goes around a corner. Above, a roof vent and a drying rail handle ventilation and wet towels. Here's the detail that actually separates this from a typical camper van wet bath. The wash basin doesn't just double as a shower, it swings. Pull the basin and its surrounding wall around, and it rotates to create a genuinely separate shower cubicle, no shower curtain required. Everything on the other side of that wall, the toilet, the cupboard, your towel, stays completely dry. We'll be honest, the first time you see that wall swing around, it doesn't quite look like it should work. It does. And once you've used a camper van wet bath that soaks the entire room every time you shower, you'll understand exactly why this is the feature people keep talking about. That's the washroom. But the room that decides whether this van actually works for you day to day is still ahead. Forward of the kitchen and washroom, the floor steps down slightly into the lounge, and this is where the 500 LT does something most European vans this size don't. 2 full side settees facing each other rather than a single dinette bench. It's a layout United Kingdom buyers in particular tend to love, and it's easy to see why. Both sofas are long enough to properly put your feet up at a height that doesn't leave you perched awkwardly. Both captain's seats up front swivel around to join the conversation, which means this modest footprint can comfortably seat somewhere between 4 and 6 adults for dinner or drinks. For dining, there's a fixed table with a drop leaf on one side, expanded for a full sit-down meal. Drop it down when you just need somewhere to rest a coffee. A large side window and a panoramic skylight overhead keep the whole space bright during the day, with dimmable, light-emitting diode lighting for the evening. Depending on spec, you'll also find a large smart television up to 27 inches linked to a roof-mounted satellite system, along with universal serial bus charging ports and power outlets placed conveniently around the seating. Now, you might expect a lounge like this to just be for sitting. It isn't. It's also the bed. Here's where the 500 LT earns its keep. Drop the dining table down until it's flush with the sofa cushions. Slide the cushions into place, and that entire lounge becomes a large double bed on some configurations, measuring roughly 6.4 feet by 4.6 feet, close to queen size. On others, an optional slide-out or drop-down bed section adds sleeping capacity for up to 4. It genuinely takes seconds, not the 10-minute wrestling match you get in some vans this size. And unlike a fixed rear bed layout, you get your full lounge back every single morning instead of a permanently made-up bedroom eating into your living space. Above the lounge, that panoramic skylight opens for airflow and comes with its own blinds, so the same window that floods the space with daylight also keeps you cool and private overnight. Up front is the Volkswagen Transporter cab, and it shows. Touchscreen infotainment, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, adaptive cruise control, a full suite of safety assists, heated seats, electric mirrors, and privacy blinds for the windshield and side windows. Both captain's chairs swivel to join the lounge, instantly turning cab into extra seating the moment you park. On the road, it drives like a well-spec'd Volkswagen people carrier rather than a motorhome, easy in town, comfortable on the motorway, and genuinely usable as a daily driver if you wanted to stretch its purpose that far. Headroom throughout the living area sits around 6.5 feet, and thanks to a double-floor construction, the interior stays warm in cold weather while the plumbing runs hidden and protected inside that heated floor space, the same detail, incidentally, that keeps the water system from freezing on a cold shoulder season trip. So here's my honest opinion, for what it's worth. The washroom is the feature that will get this van talked about, and it deserves the attention. That swinging shower wall is one of the smartest space-saving ideas I've seen in a van this size. But the detail that actually impressed me more is the lounge-to-bed conversion. A lot of manufacturers treat seats 6 for dinner and sleeps 2 comfortably as mutually exclusive goals in a van under 6 meters. The 500 LT doesn't really compromise on either. If I'm being critical, this is still a van built around a Volkswagen T6, one chassis, which means payload and garage space, while genuinely useful, aren't going to match a heavier commercial chassis build. And the double-hinge fridge, the swing wall washroom, the drop-leaf table, these are all things that work brilliantly when properly maintained and become the first things you'll want checked on a used example before buying. None of that is a deal breaker. It's just the reality of engineering this much cleverness into this little space. Overall, though, this is one of the more genuinely thoughtful compact vans I've come across, not because of any one headline feature, but because almost nothing in it feels like a compromise nobody asked for. Which brings us back to where we started. The closest thing on the American market is the Class B camper van segment. Think Winnebago Solis, Winnebago Travato, or something like a Coachman Beyond. Same basic idea. A van-based motorhome you can park like a normal vehicle, built for 2 people who want real off-grid capability without stepping up to a Class C. Layout philosophy. American Class B vans, including the Solis and Travato, generally lean toward a single rear bed or a pop-top sleeping arrangement, paired with a smaller dinette and a compact wet bath. The 500 LT flips that priority it's built around the lounge that becomes a bed concept, with a walk-in washroom that's genuinely larger than what you'll find on most American vans this size. If your priority is a fixed, always-ready bed, the American layout wins. If your priority is a proper living and dining space that just happens to also sleep too, the Knaus wins. Chassis and drivability. The Solis and Travato are both built on the Ram ProMaster chassis, larger and, frankly, better suited to American road trips and towing needs. The 500 LT's Volkswagen T6. One base is smaller and, in much of Europe, drivable on a standard license, a distinction that matters less in the United States, where a standard license already covers vehicles this size regardless of chassis. Price. This is where it gets interesting, and it's worth pinning down the actual number rather than just guessing at it. New. The Knaus Tour Van 500 LT starts at roughly 73,400 euros in Europe, which, depending on exchange rates and specification, lands somewhere around 80 to 100,000 United States dollars before options. Well-spec'd, used, and ex-rental examples on the United Kingdom market have been listed anywhere from around 60,000 to just under 80,000 United States dollars equivalent, depending on age, mileage, and layout. Now, compare that to a Winnebago Solis starting at just over 156,000 United States dollars, or a Winnebago Travato starting at roughly 183,000 United States dollars, and the gap is hard to ignore. You are, of course, not comparing identical vehicles. Chassis size, off-grid power packages, and market-specific features all factor in. But feature for feature, the 500 LT is doing a lot of what these American vans do, for meaningfully less money, on a smaller footprint that's arguably easier to live with day to day. That gap is exactly why vans like this keep going viral outside their home market. American buyers aren't just curious about the swinging shower wall, they're curious about what it means that a van doing this much costs this much less. So there it is, a van under 6 meters long with a walk-in washroom that folds a shower into thin air, a lounge that seats 6 and sleeps 2 to 4, a hidden garage you can reach from inside, a control panel that puts your battery and water levels a glance away from the front door, and a price tag that undercuts the closest American equivalent by tens of thousands of dollars. Whether the Knaus Tourer Van 500 LT ever officially lands on American shores in meaningful numbers is still an open question. But now you know exactly what it's competing against on paper, and exactly what American manufacturers might want to be paying attention to. If this is the kind of compact camper breakdown you want more of, let me know in the comments which feature you'd actually use every day: the shower wall, the garage, or that fold-flat lounge bed. And subscribe, because there's more of this coming. Thanks for watching, and watch the next similar video on your screen.